Good morning. It's Sunday morning. Most of us are going to just chill back today, take it easy, get ready for another amazing week. Some of us are sprinting, some of us are trying to feel our way around. But I wanted to take a minute and tell you a little bit of a story about something that happened to me this week and about a lot of feedback that I've been receiving lately. Hi, Amanda. I'm going to start with the story first so that it makes sense when I tell you why I'm telling you the story, instead of just telling you the piece in the front and then you'll be like, okay, this doesn't make sense. So, this past week, or actually a couple of weeks ago now, I had a really bad experience, and I went into a parking lot, and I had my daughter in the front seat with me, and someone pulled up behind me, got out of their car, and verbally attacked me. Like literally verbally attacked me about another consultant. So in that moment, for whatever reason, I was unable to defend myself. I wasn't able to be that brave person that I normally am. I wasn't able to find the words that I would normally be able to find to defend myself. I wasn't able to be that person that I normally have come to know that I am. That strength, I couldn't find it. In that moment, I was... Hi, Kirsten. In that moment, I was a scared schoolgirl with the whole world against her and could not defend myself. I just stood there and took it. So this girl completely verbally attacked me in a parking lot 3 weeks ago. I went to the police afterwards, and it's basically bullying, right? Like, that's what it is. It's bullying. So all the things that I've come to, so fast forward from being a schoolgirl, not having zero confidence, even right up until before Scentsy, I had no confidence. And then this happened. It was almost like everything that I learned with Scentsy just kind of went away. Like, I forgot. And I just became that scared schoolgirl again. And it was brutal. It really was brutal. And I woke up this morning thinking about a whole bunch of conversations that I had over the last few weeks with so many consultants about what's going on with their business and how they used to do so good with their business, and now all of a sudden their business isn't doing good. And what the epiphany that I had when I woke up this morning, strange, I wake up in the morning or in the middle of the night and I just have these things, they just come to me. It's like the answers come to me in the middle of my sleep. What I came to realize is, in that moment, I couldn't be that person because I went back to my default. I went back to being that scared schoolgirl, because that's my default. My default is not to have confidence. My default is I'm not good enough. My default is I'm never going to be good enough. I can't stand up to this girl. I don't know what to say to her. I can't keep up with her words. They're going too fast. And that's how I felt in that moment. That's my default. But that's not the person that I am anymore. That person is gone. But my body went back to the default. And so when I was thinking about all of these people that have been contacting me saying, I used to have this amazing business and now I'm struggling a bit, what is going on? And I thought to myself, we are who we believe ourselves to be in that moment. So in that moment, if you allow yourself to go back to being your default, you will become that person, even if it is only for 2 minutes. Does that make sense? So I'm thinking about our business, and when we're posting online and when we're talking to people about joining our team and when we're doing all of these things that are supposed to be healthy for our business, if we don't actually believe in ourselves and we don't actually believe in what we're doing in that moment, Nobody else is going to believe you either. You can fake it all you want. You need to remind yourself of your greatness. You need to remind yourself of all the amazing things that you have to offer. So instead of, when you're looking at your business, focusing on all of the things that you're not good at, and all of the things that scare you, and all of the things that challenge you, we do want you to grow out of your comfort zone, yes. But when you're building your business, sometimes it's best to just focus on your strengths. Take your strengths and run with them. If you are really great at talking to people, then go talk to more people. If you are really great at organizing things, organize your business so good so that your customer follow-up and your customer service is like bang on. Like, take your strengths and run with them. Don't beat yourself over the head with a club because you're defaulting and you're not feeling like you're measuring up. Because when you default, you dig deep into the recesses of your negativity and you pull it out, and it takes over your brain like a virus. And that's not what we're after. That's not what you want. That's not how you want to live your life. Forget about sense. You don't want to live your life like that. Right? Like, in that moment when I was being bullied, I was terrified. Like, I felt like I did when I was a little girl. I was telling somebody last night, they skipped me ahead in school. They don't do that anymore now, but they did way back when I was in school. They skipped me ahead in school. So they skipped me ahead in school. So I'm in a class with 40 kids that are a year and a half older than me. I've got 2 different colored eyes. I'm named after a bird, and my grades are still higher than everybody else in the class. It didn't go over very well. Not to mention, I didn't have much of a filter back then. Not good. I got picked on, beat down, beat up, police, like, you name it. I went through everything right up until grade 11, when suddenly my eyes became like this cool thing. I know what it means to be beaten down, believe me, and for other things in my life too, but that's just my schoolgirl days. And in that moment, I was that schoolgirl. When that girl attacked me 3 weeks ago, I was that schoolgirl. And I could not find my strength. I could not find my positivity. And so what I want you to do is to find your strength. If you don't know what your strength is, so I'm seeing Christine saying, what happens when you don't know what your strength is? Christine, I'm going to answer your question, then I'm going to say something else. There's 2 things. The first thing is, if you don't know what your strength is, go to your sponsor. Because your sponsor saw something in you that she thought would be amazing. An amazing skill that's transferable for Scentsy. When we sign people up, we just don't see people for what, oh, it's just a new person to join my team. At least I don't anyway. I'm looking for people that have skills, people that like to talk to other people that want to get ahead, people that want to make money, people that want something else for their lives, people that want to change like what I had. But that went from being that scared schoolgirl with no confidence, afraid to stand up to people, and wearing all black, all gray, all navy, all the time. Ask Ted, my whole closet, that's all it was. There was no color. I just happened to be wearing black today. But normally, you guys see me in like pink, purple, blue, like everything, right? That changed because I had a shift in my mindset. And I forced myself to make that change. I forced myself to not, I said, no one is going to have that control over me anymore. I'm not going to allow anyone to have that type of control over me anymore. So, when you're looking for your strength, go back to your sponsor, go to your sponsor, go to your director. If you don't know it and you still don't know it after that, you come to me. And I will help you figure out what it is that you can take, harness, and run with. And then afterwards, you can work on all the other stuff. But every single one of you has a strength, and you may not even know what it is, right? You may not even know what that strength is, but you need to find it, harness it, and run with it, because you know what? That's where your confidence will be. That is where you are going to find your strength. That's where you're going to find your confidence. That's where you're going to find your ability to charge forward. When you get into those moments when you're like, my business is just not doing what I want it to do, but I know I can do it. You need to take the part that says my business isn't doing what I want it to do, take that and put it away in a corner, and then take the rest that says, but I know I can do it. And then surround yourself with the people that will build you up. Surround yourself with the people that will help you find your strength. Surround yourself with the people that will help you to be that stronger person, so that you can take that scared schoolgirl and put her away. Because you know what? In that moment, it came back, but it's because it was my default. And you know what? 20 minutes later, I was like, I'm going to the police department. 20 minutes later, I got through it, bawled my eyes out, made it through, called one of my best friends, bawled my eyes out, got in the car, went to the police station. Pulled myself together and said, you know what? I am not that person. And I think I was more upset at myself for allowing myself to go to my default than I was about what had just actually happened. I think I was more upset about the fact that I allowed myself to go back to that negative place. Because I've worked so hard in the last 5 years since I joined Scentsy to not be that person anymore. To find my strength. Every morning I post something positive. I do that not because I wanted to show off to the world, hey, Robin's positive. I do that to force myself to look for positive affirmations, to remind myself, this is what I want from my life. This is what I want for me, for my family. This is what I want for my future. Though that's why I post that stuff. I don't post it for anybody else. I post it for me. Because it forces me to search through 100 different pictures to find the perfect picture to put on my timeline. And in doing that, I'm reading all that amazingness, and it makes me think. It's like an accountability buddy that's not really there. It's like a trigger. And once you get into a habit of doing the same thing over and over, then it becomes part of who you are. And that's what you want in your business. You want to find positivity. You want to find your strengths. You want to look for those vital behaviors that you can repeat day in and day out that are going to give you the strength to build your business stronger. So that when you get up in the morning, it's not just, oh, I got to do A, B, C, D, and E. It's, I drank my water. Time to check my phone. It's like an automatic reaction because I've got myself programmed now, right? Check my phone, gonna go feed the kids. Next, gonna go do this. Next. Every time I do something, it's almost like a trigger to do the next thing instead of thinking to myself, oh, I gotta do all those things today. You're gonna drive yourself crazy. Start building yourself into a routine. Get up a little bit earlier. Have a little bit of extra time. Make yourself feel like you're worth it because you are worth it. But if you don't believe you're worth it, it's not going to happen, folks. You are worth it. You do deserve this. You do deserve to make a lot of money. You do deserve to go on trips. You do deserve to have a business. And you don't have to be number one. You just have to be happy. You deserve happiness. But it's never going to happen if you don't tell yourself. If you keep telling yourself your business is not working, it's not going to work. You need to tell yourself, I can do this. I came out of university. I left university. I didn't finish. Worst mistake of my life. I was beaten. So many things. I told my story once upon a time. I'm not going to go into it right now, but I had a very, very rough life. Very, very rough. And if I can overcome all of that, and I'm not talking about autistic kids, husband, broken back. I'm talking before that. Like that was just the icing on the cake. I had a very, very rough life. And if I can find my way to this, you can too. You just have to choose to do it. And in making the choice, that's where you're going to find your way. Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Look.
That's the kid they said wouldn't talk. If he can do it, you can do it.
You can do it. You can do it.
You can do it. That's right. You can do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Come here, Anthony, come here.
I want to do it.
You want to do it? Can you say, I can talk now?
I can do it.
You can do it. Right?
Come back.
You can do hard things. You just need to stop telling yourself that you can't. You need to stop telling yourself that you're not worth it. You need to stop telling yourself that whatever happened to your past has control of you, because it doesn't. You need to find your control. Find and harness the strength within you and run with it and believe that you deserve more. I was that girl that wasn't going to get ahead. I was the one in the family that didn't finish university. I was the one that wasn't going to make it. I was the one that wasn't good enough. I was the black sheep. I was the one that moved away. Oh, she's only going to be in Toronto for 3 months. She'll be back in 3 months. She'll never make it there. Right? You have to want it. You got to put it in your head and not turn back. Do you know what I have on my board in front of me? I'm going to show you something real quick, and then I'm going to turn this off. Hang on. I'm going to do this without... Oh, here we go. There. Big things happen one day at a time. I wrote that right there, larger than life, so that I could see it every single morning. She believed she could, so she did. My daughter left this on my bedstand last week. And do you know how it makes me feel every time I look at that? My daughter, my 10-year-old. Raluca gave me this one time. She gave it to some of her team. You are a strong, brave, exceptional, beautiful, inspiring, lovely woman. Sometimes you don't believe it, and sometimes you just need to see words in front of you to remind yourself. But you gotta believe it, because every single one of you can do this. But if you don't believe it, it's not gonna happen. You need to find your strength. Find your way through. Find what you can harness and run with it. And if you don't know what it is, go to your sponsor, because I can guarantee with 100% certainty she can tell you exactly what she saw in you that made her believe that you could do this. This is what I woke up with this morning. This was my epiphany this morning. So if you didn't see it from the beginning, go back to the beginning of the video, because I talked about how I woke up thinking about this horrid situation I had a couple of weeks ago. But it just made me think about so many different conversations that I've had with so many of you over the last couple of weeks, and how one kind of fit into the other. I want you to find your inner badass. If you're not a reader, this book, if you're one of these people, listen to me, okay? I'm not a reader, I'm a skimmer. I buy books, I've got a stack of books here. I buy books and I skim them looking for the stuff that jumps out at me. I'm terrible. This book I actually read cover to cover. When you find yourself in a place where you can't find yourself out, and you feel like light isn't there, or the light is just at the end of this long dark tunnel, and you just don't know if you're ever going to find yourself out. You can find yourself out. You can find your way. You just have to hold on to that light and pull yourself on a rope all the way through until you get there. I'm not kidding. This book, very helpful if you're in that tunnel. It's called You Are a Badass. It's by Jen Sincero. I follow her on Facebook. I follow her on pretty much every social media platform. Definitely worth the money if you can't afford it and you really, 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 really want it. I want you to private message me and I'll send it to you. I'm not kidding. There's 700 people on our group. There's no reason for anybody to not have something to help build themselves up. Okay? We're here to build each other up. We're here to be a team. We're here to work together. We're here to motivate each other and make each other feel like we can do it, because we can do it. And sometimes you just need a reminder that you can do it, because you may be surrounded by a whole bunch of people that don't believe in you. But that's when you need to decide that you can believe in you. You have to believe in you. No one else is going to take you through this life. No one's going to take you by the hand and say, come on, let's go. Pat you on the head, make you feel better when you're feeling down, listen to your stories. Do you know when you're complaining to other people, it's actually a form of excuse to not believe in your inner self? Did you know that? When you are in that woe is me, depression, all of that stuff, those are actually excuses that we tell ourselves for why it's okay not to believe in ourselves. You need to believe in yourself. You need to give yourself permission to believe in yourself. You need to give yourself permission to say, I'm worth it. You can do this. You can do this. Every one of you can do this. Every one of you can make it through this life, regardless of your challenges. You just need to decide that you're never going back again. I'm never going back to that again. I'm never going back to that feeling again. I'm never giving someone that control again. I'm never going back to my default again. Yeah. Once you dig that hole, it is really, really hard to get out. You're right, Kirsten, it is. It's very difficult to get out. But you can do it. And you need to be surrounded by people that know the way, show the way, and go the way. And that's your leaders, right? Okay, I love you guys. This has gone a little bit longer than I wanted to. But I want you to go back, and if you've just joined even if you joined 5 minutes after I started, please go back to the beginning, because it kind of explains why the whole I'm going to post this on the other group too, because I think there's a lot of people that are kind of in this same type of place right now, and it's not got anything to do with Scentsy. They think it's, oh, my Scentsy, but it's not got anything to do with Scentsy. It's actually got to do with your spirit, and finding your spirit and believing in yourself. And once you find that, everything changes. Okay, I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing Sunday. Rest up. We have busy week for our busy beavers. Love you.